Okay.
Okay, so well, we have some words here. We have illustrating, dumb, and she had no comments for the movie. So we're going to see another like couple of words to describe movies from good to bad. And I'm going to show you first the phonetic script. You're going to tell me the word, and then I'm going to, of course, write it down. So the first one, what is this?
Inspiring.
Inspiring, okay? Inspiring. Okay? Inspiring. Alright. The second word is, what is this? Touching, okay? Touching. Okay? They're really small, I'm sorry. The other one is okay, remember we're looking at the British English, so it's mediocre. Okay? Mediocre. We don't pronounce the R. Mediocre. Right?
Just sounds like Russian.
Okay. The next one is
Encouraging.
okay, engrossing. Okay? Engrossing, right? Engrossing. It's a new word, I guess. So we're gonna see the meaning right now. Engrossing. The other one? Predictable, okay? Predictable. Wow. And the last one. Sorry again? Riveting, right? Riveting. Okay, new word, riveting. We're gonna put it here because it's not gonna go all the way to the trash can. Okay, well guys, let's all together. Riveting. Inspiring. Touching. Mediocre. Engrossing. Predictable. Okay, so what do you think that riveting is? Riveting. So you said it was a new word for you, right?
Yes.
So riveting, it's positive. It's a positive adjective. It's to describe something that is extremely interesting. Okay? Extremely interesting, like really interesting. Okay? So you want to write that down? I know it's a new word for you. Then, inspiring. What do you think that inspiring is? Inspiration. So if I would ask you for some synonyms, what would you tell me? All right. There's cheering, encouraging. Okay, those are synonyms of inspiring. So inspiring is something that, if you were going to give a little definition, something that encourages you to do something, right? Okay, so touching. If I say that a movie is touching, what, like, is it a touch movie or sorry, was it feelings?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. A touching movie is a movie that gets in your feelings, that like you see it and you start crying, like those love movies where the cancer boy dies and stuff. Okay, so touching.
Traumatic flashbacks.
All right. What about mediocre?
It's negative.
Sounds negative.
Like
So it is. In fact, it is. Okay, it's a negative
something crazy.
adjective. Okay, mediocre. All right. So mediocre. I have a definition for it. It is something that is just acceptable. Okay. Mediocre is something that is just acceptable. It is not good enough. Not good at all. It's just acceptable. Okay. So mediocre. All right. Engrossing. That's a new word for you too. So repeat after me. Engrossing. All right. So what is engrossing? Any ideas?
Something that makes you like.
Sounds like what?
Gross.
Gross.
No, it's like something that makes you wanting more, or like watch a new series, you can start watching the yes.
Okay. Well, for this
If
I
it's
have.
not, then I don't know.
For this, I have the definition took out from the Cambridge Dictionary, and it says that it's something that takes all your attention. Okay, like you start a series, and then that series actually gets your attention, and you keep on watching the series because it catches all your attention. Okay, that series is engrossing for me. All right, and the last one, predictable. Okay, repeat after me. Predictable.
Predictable.
Okay, so what is predictable?
You know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know what is going to happen.
You know what's gonna happen. Okay? So for example, a predictable movie, I'm gonna use the same example, The Cancer Boy. We all know that he's gonna die at the end, right? So it's predictable. That movie is predictable. The boy is going to die. We know the end. Okay? So guys, okay, let me write down the words now. Oh, sorry, it's real. Riveting. Inspiring. Touching. Mediocre. Predictable, right? Yes. Okay.
Riveting is what?
Riveting is something that is extremely interesting. Okay? So once again, riveting,
Riveting.
inspiring,
Inspiring.
touching,
Touching.
mediocre,
Mediocre.
engrossing,
Engrossing.
predictable.
Predictable.
Okay, guys. Now, well, I guess you are familiar with stress, right? With the stressing words. Okay, so riveting.
Riveting.
Where is the stress?
In the first one?
In the first one, right? I guess it's pretty visible. Okay? So riveting, if the stress is in the first one. If it wasn't the last one, how would that sound?
Riveting.
Riveting, right? Okay. Inspiring.
Inspiring.
So it's in the
Second one?
second one, right? If it wasn't the first one,
Inspiring.
inspiring. If it wasn't the last one,
Inspiring.
inspiring. Touching.
Touching.
It's in the first one. We can see. So if it wasn't the last one,
Teaching.
the ching, right? Mediocre.
Mediocre.
It's in the first one. So if it wasn't the second one,
Mediocre.
mediocre. If it wasn't the last one, mediocre. Okay? Engrossing.
Engrossing.
It's in the second one. So if it wasn't the first one,
Engrossing.
engrossing. If it wasn't the last one,
Engrossing.
engrossing. Predictable.
Predictable.
Okay, guys, here, I admit it, I put it in the first one. It's supposed to be in the second one, okay? It's predictable, it's not predictable, okay? So, again, if it wasn't the first one, it's predictable. If it wasn't the last one,
Predictable.
predictable, right? Okay, guys, very, very good. Now let's check if you actually have the concept of this. So, riveting. Is riveting something extremely interesting or something extremely boring?
Interesting.
Extremely interesting. So, inspiring. Is inspiring a positive or a negative adjective?
Positive.
Positive. Touching. Does touching have to do with feelings or with physical aspect, like touching?
Feelings.
Feelings. Okay. Mediocre. Is this when something is really bad or when something is like just acceptable, like barely? Barely acceptable, okay? Remember, that's a mediocre job. I'll accept that job, but it's mediocre. Okay? It's barely acceptable. Alright? Engrossing. So, is engrossing something that catches full attention of you or something that you just leave away because it's boring? Full attention, right? Engrossing. Predictable. Is predictable something that you already know what's gonna happen or something that surprises you? You already know what's going to happen, right? Okay, guys. Well, now that you know this new vocabulary, which is adjective to describe movies. You can cut it now.